Hello, everybody. It is September 26th, 2022. I am Drew.
And I am Tara.
And this is MELLONfights.
You didn't like that?
What makes you think I didn't like it?
The face.
You could see my face? Oh, shit.
Yeah, we're on camera.
Yeah, I had my head down, though, so I couldn't
Yeah.
see you, but I forgot that the camera's off to my side. So you saw
hmm
my. Well, it was fine. It was
I think
fine.
you
It
thought it
just
was
wasn't.
too
It
extra.
was a little like. It went a little long where I was ready to say we were melon fights and it threw me off.
Yeah.
You didn't do anything wrong. I just wasn't ready for it.
Okay.
Like halfway through it, I was like, "Oh, this is." I was irritated, and then halfway, and then I
Yeah.
was like, by the end, I was like, "Oh no, I dig it."
Okay, good.
So it was actually like I went full circle. It was long enough for me to have multiple reactions to it.
Yeah.
So,
You have, yes.
well, Tara, a little different. I'm not in town. I'm actually staying down in Nashville for a couple weeks with my bro. If anybody sees the clips, it's going to be not as fun a background. I couldn't set anything up, Tara. I tried. I got that Prince picture behind me,
Oh,
but I couldn't get it high enough because I couldn't find anything to hang it
to
with.
hang it with.
And the train was upstairs, and I didn't want to bother him just to get like a tack or something.
Mm.
So not as fun a background. You got a fun background as normal, but
Yeah.
uh, so I think. Did you have a good week? I know you went to Chicago and hung out with my girlfriend
I did have a good week. It
for a
was a
night.
lot of fun. Had a girls' night out in Chicago for a day,
Mm-hmm.
which was awesome.
Yeah,
Watched some football with dad, some terrible football with dad on
football sucked
Saturday.
yesterday. I think football was really hard to watch yesterday.
Yeah, I do
Like
too. There
I
was
don't
a
think
lot of just like drop passes and fumbles
sure,
and
but I think other than that Miami Buffalo game, which I think was really high level football,
yeah,
I think everything else was pretty shitty other than Lamar killing it.
yeah.
Lamar was on top of his game.
He's so good.
He is good. Um, yeah, what'd you do in Chicago?
We went to a wine bar and ate some pizza. Can I just say Chicago is expensive.
Yeah, I don't
Like
go out
going out,
ever.
it's like holy shit. Like I had two glasses of wine and then some wine and some pizza and it was
Listen, people
rough
want to
on
say
my
inflation be hitting
pocketbook.
them. It hits harder in cities.
Yes.
Like the people that complain about the most are people living in like fucking rural places. Like big city people should be complaining. Like everything is nuts, Tara. I'm like, how do
Right.
I afford anything?
And like here, rent is expensive. Like I look at places, I'm like, man, like these are Chicago prices. This is crazy, but everything else isn't as crazy.
Right. Chi Town, Chi City. That's where I live. I
Yeah,
don't know why, because I like it. I love it. In
I
fact,
do too. I go back and I'm just like, this is a good spot.
it's a
This
good fun
feels
time.
good. It's crazy though. I was talking to a lady um who is like lives in Stoughton when I was working, and she was saying how she used to go down to Michigan Avenue all the time and shop, but now it's not safe to do during the day even.
Stay away. Good. My take on the
I
terror is
was like
good. Stay the
I,
fuck away,
I was like, what?
idiot.
I was just down there. Like, what are you talking? No, it's just people are getting mugged. I'm like, that's always happened.
Nothing's changed. It's a
No.
very small percentage of people that is happening to. It's
Yeah,
so dumb. Tara, it's people. The fucking news is so fucking stupid,
I know. And
and
then
it's
like a lady that I was working with was like in agreement with her, and I was like,
well, it's because they
okay,
don't know what they're talking about, Tara.
yes, they don't.
People should shut the fuck up with what they don't know what they're talking about. I don't know if any of your coworkers listen to this, but listen, shut the fuck up with what you don't know. Who don't know what you're talking about. Just to shut the fuck up about it. You don't know what you're talking about. I've
Just shut
lived
the
here
fuck
for
up.
14 years,
I
and I feel
know.
safe. I don't
Most of
know,
the time.
98% of the time I've
Yes.
lived here.
Yeah.
And some of the times I didn't feel safe, it was probably stupid.
Right. Well, I was like telling the story about how like I'm like, oh yeah, I would take they were like, "Oh, I'm not sure about the train. I just don't like it." Cuz I remember. She said that she was from Chicago, Naperville.
Suck
So
my
she
suck my Chicago. You know what? Listen. I could hit you with my jizz from that far away. Come on,
I
stop.
you couldn't.
Could. That's how close. Or couldn't. Could.
Yeah,
Oh
cuz they
yeah.
are
Yeah,
far.
I fucked that up.
Yeah.
Naperville's
I was like,
far.
"Dang, that's some powerful jizz."
My loads be launching.
Guinness World Record
I got a Guinness
style.
World Record. Pew, pew, pew.
Pew!
Yeah, we both hit the right note there.
Pew! Yeah. Ooh, I
Naperville,
like that
here
one.
I come. Oh,
Yeah.
Tara, it's sad that only like 30 people will hear this. And like 10 of them are like people I think from the places that just do like quality control where it's like,
Oh.
is this allowed to be up? I'm pretty sure each site does that because like the same 8 places download it like instantly. So I'm pretty sure that's like, is this allowed to be on our site?
Maybe not after that conversation.
No, that's fine. We're just not
Okay.
allowed to like probably talk about, I don't know, women's reproductive rights.
We're not
Things
allowed
like
to talk
that.
about that?
Probably not. That's the type of bullshit that they fucking censor. I can say
Okay.
jizz, cum, fart, fuck all day.
She's come far fuck.
Kind of good.
It's good.
I'm a good swearer sometimes. That was good.
You are good.
Anyway, what did she say? She used to live in Chicago, aka
and she was
Naperville.
right, and she was like afraid. Like she said, she didn't like the trains and the Ellen stuff, and I was like, because I was talking of public transportation big time, and she said that, and I'm like, oh, I would take like the blue line at like 5 a.m., which probably wasn't the safest, but
That's how
it
people get
felt
to work.
okay. There was only one time that there was a guy that was jerking off at that time of night. That was a
Did you
wild ride.
watch?
I was like, well, because like when we'd
That's not a no.
stop,
That's not a no.
no, because I was like trying to figure out what was going on, because like all of a sudden he was like under his like coat and it was like shaking, and I'm like, what the heck? And then we'd like stop and get to a new spot, and he'd stop to be a little more covert, and then we'd take off again, and it would start shaking under his coat again, and I was like, oh boy,
Were you
get
the
me
only
off of
person on
this
the train? Were you the only
there
person on
might
the?
have been one other person,
Oh dang! What the
and
fuck
it
were you doing?
was
What the fuck were you doing?
it was not safe.
Ugh, what were you doing?
I know.
Oh man.
So I semi get it.
That's ridiculous. I mean, yes. Come on, you got to be smarter
Yeah.
than that. I always put that on businesses too. It's like you should not be having like people come into work at this time of day. This has to be, the world needs to shut down more overnight.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand it. Drives me nuts. I'm glad that one thing that came from a lot of places stopped staying open 24 hours during the pandemic.
Yeah.
And some of them stuck with it. You know, this is coming from someone who worked at a hotel where it drives me nuts. It's like, man, someone's always here overnight. It's like the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Dealing with the BS.
Yeah. Late night folk are the worst kind of folk. They just are, Tara. I'm sorry. Even if they're nice people, they're like the worst. Because there's some, like, to be up late night all the time and like they want to talk. They want to talk to you.
Yeah.
Tara, it's time to talk about football and our picks.
Are you ready for some football?
We let's just say it. We did not do well.
No.
With our picks.
I was 50%.
Yeah, that's not good enough. That's basically you lose money. Well, I guess it depends on how much you would have bet on each game. But if you bet the same amount on each game, you would lose money because they take a little bit with each bet. So you would.
And if I wouldn't have, because I originally was just going to go with that one, but then it was like the obvious pick.
Yeah, the obvious pick is never a good pick. That's why this week we got. So let's give everyone the results.
Yes.
That didn't watch football. So Tara, I was thinking maybe we should watch the clip real quick back to ourselves. I can cut this part out just to remind ourselves what sort of shenanigans we said real quick. Do you have anything
I
available?
definitely know that I said that Matt Ryan wasn't the guy.
Is he?
Still
He's not.
isn't, but he
He
sure won.
still isn't. He still
Still
isn't the
isn't.
guy.
I'm picking the Kansas City Chiefs over the Indianapolis Colts at minus 6.5. The Colts
Pause that. Oh wait, hold on.
Yep. Suck.
Colts suck.
And I hate that for Jonathan Taylor because he's so amazing.
So that's
it all
the
still
Colts won by 3.
Yeah.
So the Colts won outright. Money line Colts would have paid out huge.
Oh,
Would have paid out
gosh.
huge.
I still stand by my take. It was a good take.
That's why I knew it was when you did the take, I knew it was going to be a problem. When you're that confident about a favorite that much, I didn't disagree with you. Chiefs will do a turd here and there. Chiefs are a way better team than the Colts, and like 50 million times out of, in division games can get weird. What were in the stats for Matt Ryan? Were pretty 222 passing and 2 touchdowns. He was fine. No interceptions. He played fine.
He played fine.
I don't know. And then your other pick was the Ravens, which did cover. Ravens minus 3, I believe it was. Let's get to it.
Yeah. Is the Ravens versus the Pats, and I'm going with the Ravens minus 3. I think that there's no way that the Ravens aren't going to come back after that ridiculous loss.
You fucking nailed that one.
I nailed it.
Though it was, I don't know if you were watching. It was.
I was.
Not
I was like,
in stone at the end of the game.
No, I said to Dad, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to lose both of my picks.
Yep.
I mean, good thing I didn't actually
they were down.
put money
they were up only
on
by
it.
like 4 late.
Yes.
And the Patriots had the ball and were driving.
Mm-hmm.
And then they threw a pick, and then the
Ravens
ended up scoring another time. Yeah.
Dad was like, because I was like, gosh, Lamar's awesome. And he's like, all right, get over your Lamar. And I was like, I can't. He's so good.
Listen, Lamar is awesome, and I think he's going to win some Super Bowls in his day.
All these freaking like people saying, oh, Justin Herbert's the best, Joe Burrow's the best, and like Lamar wasn't even up on the list. It's ridiculous. Haters, Drew. There's a bunch of haterade going through the league.
I wonder what Lamar's winning percentage is compared to other guys over his amount of starts, because it's high. It's very high.
Yes.
For like early starts, like it's up there. Maybe I'll look into it. Lamar's awesome. And then let me do my pick, and then we'll kind of break down everything a little bit more. Cool. Just so we know. My team of the week for picks is Chargers minus 7 against the Jags. Mm-hmm. They're at home. They just played a really tight game with the Chiefs and lost, even though they played really good. And I think that Justin Herbert is even though we talk shit about him sometimes and people need to relax on him until he does something, I think he's very good. And I think he's going to beat the Jaguars, who are just not that good of a team. They're young. They have some fight in them this year. But that's good enough. So
you were very wrong.
Listen, to be fair, I was wrong. My pick was wrong. Let's see how wrong was it? Well, the Jaguars did not lose by 7 or more. They won by 28. They did not lose by a touchdown. They won by 4 touchdowns.
Oh, gosh.
So I couldn't have been any further off. But in my defense.
So that makes it.
In my defense. The Chargers, I didn't know that Herbert, I had missed that Herbert was hurt. That's one thing. Yes. Herbert was hurt. His ribs, cartilage is like fractured or something. I don't even know why they played him. I was like, they shouldn't play this dude. Do not play this dude. I was like, before going into the game, I did not think I was going to cover. I was like, shit. But when he played, I thought there might be a chance, but they just did not play very well. And secondly, the Jaguars, I did say they got some fight in them. I said they got some skills. and then they do. They
Yes.
surprised me. I will say they surprised me.
I will say this. What the heck were the Chargers doing? You have a quarterback who probably shouldn't have played because of his like cartilage shit in his ribs, and everyone talks about the rib issues and how painful it is. I
Right.
poke myself in the rib and it hurts, so I get it.
Right.
And then you have him throwing 45 times.
Right.
They ran the ball a total of 12 times. Like, what the hell are you doing?
It's this league is stupid, Tara. This league um thinks that they need to pass that much to win, and they don't. And these people, these analytic people, say that I've the teams that are best run the ball. They just do. They have
Yes,
a good running game. Like when the Chiefs won the Super Bowl a couple years ago, as much as they love Mahomes, it's because they were running the ball in the playoffs with playoff Damien.
exactly.
You recall?
I do remember playoff Damien. And it's stupid because that when you run the ball, you're also helping your defense get a quick little breather because it's like
Yep.
takes a little more time. Like, come on.
Yep.
Like, I just don't get it. I'll never get it.
Um, but yeah, when you got a young quarterback like that who's the future, and everyone's trying to say he's the guy for the next decade, you don't play for this season. You go, nah, you're not playing, bro. I know you
Right.
want to play, but you're not playing. You need to take another week or two off.
Right. And the coach
Like,
was like, "Oh, he wanted to play.
who
Okay. Well,
cares?
protect him from himself."
Who cares, dipshit? Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna lose. He's losing his job, by the way. He's out
Oh,
there.
yeah.
He ain't lasting another one.
No.
No, not the way this is going.
Mm-mm.
So that was a really bad pick by me. You're welcome, guys. I'm glad. I hope nobody put any money on any of our picks. Well, I guess if you were into the like money line wise, we didn't even do very good. If we would have picked just straight up wins, I guess actually no. Oh yeah. Just yours would have covered. Just
Yeah.
yours would have. Just the Ravens because the Chiefs lost too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Chiefs lost. So, but as a whole at NFL yesterday, did you feel good about it? Did you enjoy it? We don't have to talk about a ton.
I thought there was a lot of
Just your.
WTF moments.
Oh, okay. Let's hear your
So I kind of
Tara's
wrote
WTF moments from
I wrote a
this
bunch of them
week's
down.
NFL.
The first one, uh, Tua obviously had a head injury and a concussion, and I was like, "Oh, this sucks." This game was fun to watch, and now he's gonna be out the rest of the game. And then he started the second half, and then lied and said his back hurt. It was a back. He was fumbling, dumbling because his
Yeah,
back hurt, even though you could tell he had
his
his
head
bell
shook.
rung. Yes, he was
Yep.
just like, I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Guys, he
And
stood.
I,
For the people that didn't watch it, he stood up, like was like
yep,
holding his head, and then started trying to jog off the field and fell down because
yes,
he was
his
so discombobulated.
wobbly, yeah,
And they brought him back in the game, even though when there's a concussion now, you have to pass a concussion protocol to get
right.
back in the game.
And maybe he did pass it, which I am doubting just because of that, but maybe he did. But then to like say it was his back, it's like, okay, now you're like really trying to hide something.
Yeah.
But everyone knows that like that's the go-to when you don't want to play or if you want to play, right? So it's like,
Right.
oh, my back hurts, I can't play, I want to trade. Or, oh, my back hurts, so I have a head, like, it wasn't a head injury, my back hurt, but I'm good now. Now I want to play.
Um. It it's interesting because they're investigating it, the Players
Mm-hmm.
Association, and if it comes out that they put him in knowing it was a concussion, I don't know how they're going to prove it.
Right.
Um, because they probably have figured out ways around it at this point. Where
Sure.
if, like if Tua was willing to go in,
Right.
and they're just kind of like they figured out a way to like cheat the system or fake the system out, the
Mm-hmm.
protocol. I don't know how they're going to prove it, but if they were to, I think you'd have to vacate your win. Like, I think the win should be stripped from you. Like,
Oh,
to
dang.
put your You win because you brought that guy back in that should not be on the field. I
Right.
think the punishment should be you vacate that win. Like, absolutely. There's no reason that, like, that's should be the most important thing. But they don't care about people
No.
in football. Like, a dude gets hurt and he's off to the side and everyone just keeps on going. What was it
Right.
last week? A
Like the
dude went
Trey
to the
Lance
hospital.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, Trey Lance thing. It's like,
You could
well, I
see in the
guess what are they supposed to
background
do?
before he was
Stop the
right.
game every time someone stop the game for like, cool, guess the game's postponed. Every time someone gets hurt,
Right. That would
not a single game
happen.
would ever be
Oh
finished.
no. Never.
So I don't actually have a problem with that part of it because it's just part of it. Like, everyone playing the game knows if they get hurt, the game's going to continue. No one's
You're right.
pissed about. I'm not pissed about that. Like, everyone who plays football knows there's a chance they get hurt, and if they're probably going to, if like someone dies on the field, I would hope that they quit the game. But when guys get paralyzed, I feel weird about it. I'm like, I can't believe they're continuing this game after this guy just got his neck broken,
Well,
sort of
hey,
thing.
remember when you fell off the double-decker bus and people wanted to keep going on their tour?
Yeah, guys, I
Like
was
that.
giving a tour and I got knocked off the top of the bus and landed in the middle of the street and a car almost ran me over. And the tour people on the tour like were more worried about are we going to get to finish our mini little tour here? And like they had to bring another bus and another because my driver was like, what's the word?
Traumatized?
Traumatized. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're like, no. So they brought another bus and someone else did the rest of it. And it's just
Right.
like fucking idiots. It's
People
like,
don't care about other people.
your tour was like $8. Shut up. Get over it.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Almost died.
Yeah.
Nobody cares about people, Tara.
No.
Nobody fucking cares about people.
I want tour. Give me tour.
It was a terrible I wasn't the one. First of all, I wasn't giving the tour. If I was, it would have been a blast. Listen, you guys listen to me. You hear me. I fucking talk cool. This was some old lady reading out of a book, basically, that turn by turn, every turn, like she would read basically a fact about shit. She was from like the historical society.
Oh,
It fucking was
God.
boring as shit. Me, who's a great tour guide and also drove a trolley, was on top of the bus for safety purposes. And the tour guide and the driver of the bus was this awesome, like this lady from Chicago who really knew it well. And she was also a tour guide. And we both, while I was getting in the ambulance, were like, yo, at least that shitty tour's over. Because we both like took pride in our fucking tourship. I always would get really mad. People are like, oh, so there's a boat tour in Chicago and everyone takes it. And everyone's like, oh, they're so good. They know so much. I'm like, no, they don't. They're on a river that takes the same path every day. And they just memorize all the facts for that tour.
Boring.
And it's very boring. And some of the stuff's interesting. Like, but most of it I know already. For people that don't know it is interesting to learn. But if you had to take it twice, you'd be like, oh, I heard this already.
Yeah.
Where I was on the road and there was a loop that we were supposed to take every day, but traffic would hit. There was a detour, things. I had to be able to vamp for, I don't know, 30 minutes while I was stuck at a light where it wasn't changing and nobody was moving. Or I had to take a left instead of a right and then not make up stuff, but have to know stuff for going that way. And it was like, we were so much, and I was like, oh, they're so good with it. I'm like, no, they suck at what they do. They just read a script where I have to actually know these things. Like, I have to be able to know something about every street, basically. And because of that, I got really, I forgot everything, Tara, though. I realized I don't know shit anymore from those days. I don't know. That's like 7 or 8 years ago now that I left. 6, 7, about 7 years ago I left. And I don't know anything anymore. I don't remember any of it. I mean, I kind of do.
Probably because you fell off the bus and hit your head.
Oh, that's true. It's probably because I hit my head after I fell off the bus. Haven't given a tour since. Yeah. I know the gist of a lot of the stuff, but I can't definitely don't remember dates and things like that and like names of certain people, but I could give you like a cliff notes of some of the stuff. Did you, that Let's close up any more NFL stuff real quick. I basically took the same thing from you. I thought the Tua thing was interesting, and I thought it was really bad football yesterday, except for that Miami game was really good. I know Buffalo
Um,
lost, but I think they're really good still.
I have two. I have a couple more WTFs that we can just like brief. It doesn't have to be bigs, but do you think Devonte Adams thinks? What do you think Devonte Adams thinks about his current situation?
He's an
Does
idiot.
does he still think Carr is better or as good as Aaron?
He definitely shouldn't, and he never should have. It was such a dumb move by him.
Oh
I don't
God,
understand it. The money
the
was like
Raiders are
exactly the
so
same.
bad.
I
Yes.
don't know if he was worried that Rodgers really wasn't going to stay and like
Mm-hmm.
leave. I don't know if that was part of it. Like he's like I might get one more year, Rodgers. I guess I'll go over here.
Right.
It was such a dumb. Derek Carr sucks.
He sucks. The Raiders suck. Like that team is not good.
Also, I think Rodgers looks good in this sitch. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
it doesn't. I don't. Devontae Adams was good because I was throwing him the ball.
Right.
Like, let's be
Yeah.
honest, and it's true. It's
Mm-hmm.
true. There's only a few guys that can. Tyreek Hill has proved that it doesn't matter who his quarterback is.
Right.
He's a nut.
He's fast
He's special.
and an asshole.
Special. Yep. That also means asshole.
Oh, okay.
Where I think actually Devontae Adams is really good, but quarterback's going to matter a little bit more with him.
Yeah.
You know, when a guy's going to throw you the ball really on the spot every time, it's like, oh, these guys played college football together. It's like
Years and years and years
cool
ago.
at Fresno State. Go
Yeah.
away. Like, shut up. I want to play with my buddy. Like, you're dumb. Like, if he would have stayed in Green Bay, they'd have a really good chance at a Super Bowl this year.
I know, because I feel like Aaron's gonna get these other guys up to snuff. Oh.
Zero sugar, baby.
The way you were like,
And all the flavor.
leaning into
I want the camera to pick it up. You know, I got a little montage maybe coming up of that.
Ooh.
Me drinking Pepsis. I don't know. Who knows?
And then send it out to Pepsi.
So they can go, get out of here, fat boy.
Oh God.
I'm like, listen, sugar.
This is supposed to be for thin people. It's diet.
This is why ain't I thin yet? Why am I still thick?
I like your shirt.
Thank you. I picked it out just for this. I actually wore it on Saturday, but I did laundry yesterday, so it's clean again. So I put it on. I've never worn it on a pod. I'm trying not to wear the same shirt on a pod
Me too.
and you know, I have a lot of shirts, which is funny. Too many, I'm realizing, because this is our 26th pod. I don't believe I've worn the same shirt twice.
I haven't.
And I have 8,000 more shirts left to go.
Yeah.
I don't throw things away, you know. I have a lot of shit. One more NFL thing, and then we'll move on.
One more NFL thing I gotta pick through
because it's
two.
going.
Let's do the butt punt. That was pretty fun.
I didn't see the butt punt.
Oh my gosh. So Dan and I were watching, and do you even know what game it was in?
No, I didn't see the butt
Oh.
punt.
It was in the Miami game, the Miami Bills game, and they were in Miami was in the end zone, and they were punting out of it, their own end zone.
Mm-hmm.
And Dad goes, "Man, that punter's like shaking. He's so nervous." And then they hike the ball. He punts it into like his blocker's butt, and it goes back behind them.
Oh, really?
So they end up getting
Safety?
a safety. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
I mean, the end of that game was just crazy.
I did not see that.
But yeah, it was real funny. And then Mark Sanchez was like, hey, stay in your lane because of the butt fumble. So that was pretty funny.
For those that don't know, Mark Sanchez has a thing called a butt fumble where he ran into the back of one of his linemen and his hands hit his butt and he just fumbled the ball.
Yeah. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I didn't see it. You probably could have got to that quicker. You probably was like, yeah, in the Miami game, the guy punted the ball into the back of a guy's butt.
I know. Sometimes, like, I think this is the problem. I start to get anxious when I'm going to tell a story because I feel like you're judging me every second of it. Like, this is too long. Nobody knows what you're talking about. You suck. So then I just start to, like, I mean, you can probably see in the recording my eyes get big because I feel
Well,
nervous.
I just didn't think that deserved a whole story. Is all. It was just like
Well,
this
you
is.
hadn't seen
I'm like, oh, I
it.
didn't see the butt punt. What's the butt punt? Oh yeah, the guy in the Dolphins punted the ball into the back of his lineman's butt, and it went
That's what
backwards,
I
and it was a
said.
safety. And it took 5 minutes to tell the story because
I
you start
know.
like
I need to.
like.
I get anxious because of
Listen,
you
I
and
like your stories. I
Dad.
just didn't think that one deserved a full breakdown.
Well, you got it.
I did like the piece that Dad had mentioned prior that the guy was
Yeah.
nervous,
He was so nervous. His legs were
uh,
shaking,
shaking in bacon.
shaking and
Uh,
bacon.
Tara, do you have a? So that's our NFL talk for the week. Butt punts and wait, was there something I cared about? No, I didn't get to. I only watched the first hour or 3 hours, and then Trin comes to me and wants to run an errand at like 2:30. I'm
Okay.
like, bro, it's the
The
witching hour.
witching
Hit
hour.
the road, Jack. So I said, when these games are done, we'll go. So we left her in the beginning of the second games. And then I never really turned football back on the rest of the day. I didn't really care at that point. None of the games were going that well. They were all kind of bogus. They weren't very fun. So I turned off. I didn't watch any football the rest of last night.
You didn't watch Sunday night
Sunday
football?
night. Mm-mm.
It was terrible. Good. It was
No,
terrible.
I was going to tune in and then we've been, okay. That's what we'll talk about next.
Yeah.
We can pick a game maybe at the end.
Sure.
We have been watching this show. I'm not supposed. We were gonna keep it on the DL, but because we don't want our girlfriends to get mad. We watched it without them. But we found this show on Prime. It's called The One That Got Away. I think The One That Got Away. Yeah, and it's like 6 people that have people from their past coming in that they don't know that they're coming in, like to date them. Like oh, I've always I had a thing. Basically, someone's like, I had a crush on you. And they bring them in like one at a time through this thing called the portal. That part's really dumb. But anyway, it's really fun. It's not perfect. It's like really edited weird. And it's like, you're always like, what's going on? Like you're
Mm-hmm.
jumping around so much. But yeah, so like there's like a guy, like one guy's like went to high school with this girl and he's like, oh my God. And then one guy shows up that to see this girl and she's like, I don't remember your name. Please remind me. And then but then they have a fun time. Oh, she's like,
Sure.
oh, that is she's like, I know the face, but I can't remember why, sort of thing. And then one dude, the most recent one, a dude just comes in and it's, was just a dude that was following her on Instagram. And she was so fucking pissed about it because she's a bitch, but
Uh-huh.
she's had it hasn't worked out for her. And she was so pissed about it. But I also thought that it is like, I don't think the TV show should bring in some random person from Instagram that just follow. Cause she's like a
No.
model. She does
Yeah.
modeling. And they just brought in some dude from Instagram that she's never talked to, just follows her.
No, that's creepy.
And that is creepy. It's like, don't do that. That's fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, that's fucked up to do. Like, that's
Yes.
dangerous.
That is dangerous.
That person, she doesn't have any relation to that person.
No. And like they
Um,
can like act like they're vetting as much as they
right.
do, but who the fuck
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah. Don't bring someone in someone's life that they've never met.
No.
Don't do that. All the other stuff is fine, bringing in people from. It's like they bring in like high school friends.
Because they
I've been
know that that's what's going to happen,
Yeah,
right?
I've been right. They're supposed to know that.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be someone from their past.
Yeah.
Like one girl had a guy come in that she's just friends with on Instagram. They're like, but they've DM'd a couple times, and she's really into him. She likes him.
Sure.
But they did some more. I mean, they were flirting and stuff. I think.
Right.
Like,
They had
they've
some
only
rapport.
it's only been like 5 months that they've been talking to each other on Instagram.
Right. It wasn't
But
someone lurking
there
in
was
the shadow.
right. It wasn't just someone that follows them.
Yeah.
Like think about it. Like Charlie D'Amelio has like millions and millions of followers. If they just brought some random dude in that's like a little
Right.
troll man to like to meet her, just like you have to hang out with him now. It's like that's weird.
Yeah.
Without I don't know. Is it real? It might not even be real, but it's kind of a fun show. It's not perfect, but it's worth a watch. I'm not going to ruin any more of it. If you guys want to watch it, it's called The one that got away. It's on Amazon Prime. Um, it's good. It's good. It's worth watching.
And you and Trin are crushing it.
We're about 5 episodes in to a 10 episode show, maybe six. We might have watched the sixth one last night. I can't remember. So, anything you're watching right now that people
I
need
like
to
knew that
peek at?
you were gonna ask me this, and um I've got a couple different things that I'm watching.
I feel like I should unbutton this one more.
Probably. But you
That's a
need a
cool fucking.
chain. You need your eagle chain.
That's a cool dude.
Do you have that still?
No, I have
Oh,
no idea where that thing is. No idea. I used to
no,
wear a really cool bald eagle chain, faux gold, um, that I got from the Wisconsin Dells. It was just like the head of an eagle. It was cool.
they
I
probably
looked
still
cool.
have those
I
there.
wore it in a school picture.
You did. That's why I know it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Ink Master is back on
Mm. Yeah, you
Paramount
like that.
Plus, and I
You like
freaking love
that.
it. So I've been watching that. Abbott Elementary's back on, which we've talked about before. I really love that show too.
A lot of people do.
It's
Not me, but a lot of people do.
um what else have I been watching? Lots of football. Yeah.
Do you have anything else? I want to hear about the things you are watching. Like what about like
Oh
Ink
my
Masters
gosh.
is enough.
So
Tell me
Ink
about it.
I forget that I'm talking to not just you. I love Ink Master. It's a competition show. If you don't know, it's a competition show where they bring in tattooers across the US, and it's a competition where who's the best at tattooing. And this season they're bringing back a bunch of old people that never made it to the Ink Master finale or never won.
I feel like
And
Ink Master always has the same people on it. Like it's
they
always
do
there's
that
always people from
often.
previous seasons on it. Like they're like lazy
Yeah.
and aren't good at finding new people.
Well, and it makes it harder too because like these people are all really good. Like in some of the seasons, like there's people that are obviously like not as talented, which is so weird, right? Where like they're talking about like something that's on somebody's like arm for the rest of their life and they're like this is jacked, man. Like this
Yeah.
sucks. It's like oh, so it's a
Hmm.
little bit crazy, but I think like in another lifetime I'd be a person with like a full sleeve or something. I really like tattoos, but I just have a commitment issue to them.
Yeah, we're too like I've always wanted a tattoo or two and I just never did it. Like and it's too late. It just is.
Joel just got one, so it's not too late.
Joel got a tattoo?
Yeah, he
Oh
got
wow.
one when they were
Where'd he
on
get it?
vacation in Branson.
Where
He got it right here. Like
yeah.
it's of Cash's because Cash turned 13, and it's of his collar. Drew, what do you think of that?
You know,
To each their own.
I've always wanted a tattoo, right? Like my whole life, I'm on what am I 39? It's too late to get one.
You're
But
40.
I'm 40, you know? I'm 40. I'm 40, almost 40. I haven't always wanted, you know what I need? Like a dog, like my dog. I like my dog. I
Oh,
like my dog. He's a
Joel.
cool dude. I like my dog. I'm gonna get his name on my arm.
It's not his name.
It's
It's
just a
his.
dog.
It's
It's
like a
just a collar.
collar. I don't think
Then
it
how do
even
you know it
says
has anything to do with
cash.
cash?
Maybe it says cash.
Joel. Joel. That's what you went with? Your
It's
first
his.
tattoo is your dog. Your dog, and the dog's alive still.
It's his first son.
It's a dog.
He's gonna get one for his next two sons too.
He should have maybe done them first. What's he gonna do for them?
Maybe he'll do like a dinosaur for
I just think that's a really funny
I
first tattoo.
don't know.
If he was like a tattoo guy and got that, I'd be like, I
Sure.
wouldn't even have thought about it. I'm like, yeah, perfect. But it's his first tattoo. Like it was like he already had a bunch of tattoos on his arms. Like, yeah, I'm gonna also add I like my dog a lot, so I'm gonna add his collar to the mix. But the first one, especially if say he's like walking down the street in Oregon, pushing his kids in their stroller, and he rolls up on some friends like, oh, nice tattoo with his sons in his thing. What is that? Oh, it's my dog. Love my dog. And then he's got his two kids just sitting there. Got any tattoos with their names or anything? No. Fuck them.
Love it.
I want to see it though. I'm glad Joel got a tattoo. Makes me think I should get one. Maybe I'll get one when I'm down here in Nashville.
Oh yeah. Of what?
I've already told you what I want to get, but nobody needs to know. They'll
Oh
see
yeah.
it when they see it. Um. So, yeah, Ink Masters, you like it a lot. I don't
Love it.
know.
And but what I hate is it's like the weekly drops instead
Yeah,
of the full drop, and I just get so pissed. I'm like, I want, like, this is a show that is like binge worthy to me, where it's like
yeah. You don't want
I
to
just
wait.
want to
It's not that
know.
it's less interesting
Yes.
when you watch it week to week. That's a show
Yes.
like that. That's the type of show when it's on Spike TV. You don't watch it while it happens. You watch it on a Saturday when they're all just playing in a marathon.
Yes,
Like
exactly.
some shows are meant to be watched that way, and
And
some
that,
shows are good to take a week and wait. Because you
yeah.
actually want to like take them in, comprehend them, and all that jazz. Ew.
Yeah. But that's what I've been watching.
Well, that's fun. Uh, do you have anything else you want to talk? Anything else you wrote down about the week that wasn't football or Ink Masters related? Or we can do that one of those quick lists real quick. A little top three. Let's jump to a
Okay.
top three as a palate cleanse.
As a
Uh,
palate
so you sent
cleanse.
me I haven't done you sent me a quick list this morning and I hadn't thought about any of them, but one of them was I think I like top three animated movies for us here, Tara. Top three animated movies off the top of our head. So do you want to go first or do you want me to go first? Do you have a list already?
No, I just threw
Okay,
out a
so you
bunch
just
of,
sent over the
yeah.
ideas without coming up with a list. Cool, I
Yep.
like that. So top three animated movies. Tara, what's your number three top rated animated movie?
I'm gonna go with Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove. Why?
Okay, so it's like it has some nostalgia for me because it's like a movie that Dad and I kind of fell into later in life of when like it first came out, and we just freaking loved it. And we would watch it and giggle together. Kronk is one of my like most favorite characters.
Gronk.
It's like about a good friendship that like happens out of two unsuspecting characters. It's freaking awesome. It's funny. There's like heart to it. Mm.
Yeah, it's good.
It's so good.
Or I'm saying
David
that's a good
Spade
answer.
is such an a-hole in it too, and then you love him.
Yeah, I think it's the one. I'll spoil alert if Miranda sends an email about it. I think it might be her favorite animated movie. I don't know. She loves Emperor's New Groove.
It's so good.
We got a number two.
Yeah. Coraline.
Coraline.
I freaking love that movie, and
Never seen
I
it.
always want to watch it during Halloween because it's spooky. Like it is kind of a scary movie for kids.
Sure.
Um and I always want to watch it during Halloween, but it's like never available on streaming sites. So hopefully now that we have 18 million streaming sites, it'll be available because it's not Disney, it's something else. But it's so good. It's so creepy, scary. I freaking love it. Watch it. You'll like it. It's good.
All right. I'll check it out. Coraline. What's your number
Coraline.
one animated movie?
Despicable Me.
Despicable Me.
I could rewatch that movie a million times. I have such a love for Steve Carell, and Gru is almost like a perfect character to me. He has like a real fun character arc, and I love it. It's funny.
Mm-hmm.
There's good music.
Mm-hmm.
It's star
Minions.
studded. The minions are like, here's the thing. When I first saw that movie was coming out, I didn't know anything about it because they really were like pushing the minions. And I was like, this looks dumb. Like, I have no interest. And then dad burned a DVD for me and didn't watch it, wasn't interested. And he was like, I watched Despicable Me. You need to watch it. Never looked back once I watched it. It's amazing.
I don't like Minions as
Not
a
even,
whole. Like as
oh,
a whole, like I don't need Minions. Like they're fine. I don't need whole movies about Minions. Like that
oh
bit gets
yeah,
old.
I
Like
agree.
I like him as like a
I
quick
like him
like,
as
oh,
a
this is
side
like,
character.
yeah.
Yeah.
The Despicable Me's are fine. I don't care that much about them. I like them. I like the first one. It's pretty solid. But as a whole, it's pretty good. You want my top three?
I do. What's your number three?
My number three favorite animated movie is um Monsters Inc.
Ooh,
I
very
really love
good.
Monsters Inc. I like the characters; they're really good. But I really like the concept is so fun. Like the dream
Yes.
doors and like the animation is when they're jumping from world to world in Monsters Inc. I'm just like I love it. It's my favorite Pixar movie.
Yeah.
I think it's so cool. I just love. I prefer it over Toy Story. I prefer it over um, other Pixar stuff I can't think of off the top of my head.
Cars.
Yeah, Cars I don't like at all. I prefer it over Dora. No, what's it called? Finding Nemo.
Oh,
But no, the Monsters Inc. It's just the little girl's so sweet and cute, and then the monsters are
so
fun.
cute.
Like the concept of like monsters being a real thing. Like the idea is like, oh,
Mm-hmm.
monsters are real, and this is what they're doing. Like you're not actually even in danger, really.
Right.
They're just trying to scare you for energy.
And I love the relationship between Boo and Sully. It's so sweet. Just this big old monster and this tiny little
Yeah,
girl.
it's good. It's a quality movie. It looks cool. Monsters University was not good, and then they did a Monsters Inc. TV show on Disney that I have not
Oh,
watched. I know. I'm sure it's boring. Um, but the movie's awesome, and I could throw that on anytime. My number two most favorite animated movie is SpongeBob SquarePants the movie. SpongeBob SquarePants the movie is awesome. Came out when I was an adult. Came out when I liked smoking reefer. So it really hit me good. It really enjoyed it. I thought it was deeper than it was.
oh my God, I
I
love it.
was like, this is like really thoughtful. SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
I
I just
remember
think it's a
you saying
fucking
that.
blast of a movie. I just think it's a fun ass movie. Like it's a real good time. SpongeBob SpongeBob as a whole, the show is awesome. The movie I like even more. They did two more movies after the original. I didn't care about them, but the original SpongeBob movie um, makes me laugh my ass off. I mean, I quote it and I enjoy it. I'm a goofy goober. What can I say?
I've only seen it once and I don't really
Mistake.
remember it that well. And then I remembered that you said you would watch it when you were smoking the reef. So I think I took like an edible and I was like, oh, I'm going to watch SpongeBob the movie. And then I was freaking out because I hate weed. So I didn't have the same experience and turned it off.
All right. Hopefully, you guys can't hear that, but Trent decided he knows I'm recording this, but he decided he's going to go make noise upstairs and edit music loudly. So,
Oh gosh, I can't hear
but
it.
I know, but they
You
probably
can
will.
text them.
Anyway, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, SpongeBob. You got high. You were gonna watch it, but you didn't watch it.
Because I just was not living my experience with the edible.
Did you ever start it?
I
Did you press
started it
play?
and then was like, can't, I'm
Mm.
gonna
Die right now.
die. And it was
Um, yeah, I never. I'm not a weed guy, so anymore.
all right.
Makes sense to me.
What's your number one?
And my number one animated movie is All Dogs Go to Heaven.
Really?
Love All Dogs Go to Heaven. Was one of my favorites. Have I seen it in a long time? No,
I was gonna
but I
say, I
loved
feel
it.
like if you've
I don't need
seen
to
it
see it.
recently, you might feel differently.
No, I mean I saw it not that long ago. I loved it. It doesn't matter if I like it now. I
I
loved
loved
it.
it too as a kid. I watched it a
It was
lot.
like
Doesn't hold up.
it's again, it's the same similar. It's like a similar to. It's kind of similar to Monsters Inc. You know, got the two buddies. They're taking the little girl, like the little girl.
Hmm.
They're kind of taking care of her, making sure she's okay, type of thing. It's a real similar story to Monsters Inc. To be quite honest.
Sure.
And then dogs go to heaven. It's
All
sad. It's a
dogs.
sad movie. You know,
Yeah.
it's a sad movie, but it's a good ass movie. Tara, they eat pizza in it at one point. It's that the most. I really want to eat that cartoon pizza.
They're
It's real cheesy.
the way that they eat food in it, I feel like is good because the pizza you wanted to eat, and then she is eating when she goes to stay with the people, she's like eating pancakes, and like
Yeah,
I wanted the pancakes every
yeah.
time.
They give her people, yeah, when they
Yeah,
put her in a house, she's
and
like
she's like,
so excited.
oh,
Yeah,
because
whoever animated the food in that movie really made it look tasty.
yeah.
Like it looked like they did a good job of making me feel like it was yummy food.
Or maybe we were just like
Fat.
chunky ass kids.
Maybe we're just fatsos that love food.
And like those
Mm.
are two of our favorite foods. Like
Pizza and pancakes.
yeah,
Maybe that's why they're our favorite foods. What about that? What do you think about
maybe.
that? Maybe now we love pizza and pancakes because of All
Because
Dogs
we
Go to
watched
Heaven.
All Dogs Go to Heaven.
So that's our top three
Top
animated
three.
movies. That's good.
I liked
I like
it.
that. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah. Did you have any notes about other things you wanted to talk about this week that caught your eye? I do want to go back to a sports thing real quick. Can we haven't talked about Brett Favre yet.
Oh God.
How big of a piece of shit that dude is.
He is such a piece of shit.
Those of you don't know, I don't have all the details, guys.
I don't
I'm
either.
paraphrasing on what went down here. But basically, Brett Favre had some sort of like foundation he was running, and it had to do with helping people on welfare, and like giving them money. And instead of using that for that, he took that money that he was getting from the state government. What state? Mississippi?
Yeah.
Mississippi. And donated it to his daughter's school to get a volleyball stadium built.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
The fuck? What a piece of shit.
It's just
And that
like
shit like that happens all the time. People are
Sure.
such pieces of shit.
garbage.
Like
It's like the
hey,
poorest of poor states taking
like
from the
how
poor.
shitty is that?
Yeah. This
Like
isn't going to
the
come
amount
back
of
to me, is
people that
it?
affects.
No.
The amount of people that affects.
Yes.
God, he sucks. What a piece of shit.
I know.
We were always right not to like him. I remember we had
I
a weird
know.
thing a couple years ago, like, oh man, did we miss out and we should have liked Brett Favre? No,
No.
we shouldn't have. Tara,
I
he's a
know.
piece of shit. Also, overrated.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull up Brett Favre stats.
Stats.
Brett Favre stats. So not is he only a shitty person. Let me tell you a little story about Brett Favre, guys. Brett Favre, how many TDs did Brett Favre throw for in his career? Do you think, Tara? I guess that
I
doesn't
don't
matter.
know.
He threw for 508 touchdowns. But how many interceptions did he throw?
Lots.
336. 336.
But how many? What was his win percentage?
His win percentage?
Yeah.
I don't know. He had really good defenses all the time. He
Yeah.
had really good like running backs or like run game all the time. Um, so he had 336 interceptions and he had 101 basically 101 or 10,000 attempts. That's not good.
No.
That's not good.
It's
That's like
funny.
Jameis Winston numbers.
It is.
He won
Because
one
I was
Super
to say
Bowl.
one Super Bowl, yeah.
One. Get over it.
Who was his defense? Was Reggie White on his defense at
He had
that
Reggie
point?
White. The year they won
Mm-hmm.
it, Reggie White was on his defense. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was just like a
So,
stud.
but like the corruption there, like the fact that like I don't know who know. I got to look more into it because I don't know who knows what. So there's that going on. That's going on, and people are like the big thing on the internet is right now. How come nobody's covering this? And but everyone's covering this Udoka thing like all the time.
Oh.
The Boston Celtics thing where their coach is getting suspended for a year because of basically had relations with a staff member, and he's got suspended for it. And people are like, "Why is he getting suspended for that?" I'm like, "Well, clearly there's something. There was some sort of
Yeah.
team rule,
There's
like
there's got to be
some
more details.
there was some sort of rule that he's not allowed to do that. It's like maybe someone we don't know who it is,
No.
where it's like whatever. It'd be one. It's two totally. First of all, Brett Favre thing is being covered. Not a
Yes.
ton because first of all, most people don't want to hear about it because they're like, "Oh, that's fucked up," but they're not going to stay with it because it doesn't really affect them after they
Right.
hear about it. Where the Udoka thing, we're hearing more about it on a daily basis during the last week or so that it's been going on because it affects because we're watching sports shows and it affects the Boston Celtics
Yes,
now.
definitely.
So they
Yes.
want like how's this because it's want to be like what does this mean for the Celtics moving forward? Where Brett Favre's been retired for almost 20 years, and people are like, well, I don't fucking okay, that's bullshit, and like it should be covered but more by the major news outlets,
Sure.
CNNs of the world, because that's more fucked up of corruption within like the state.
Exactly.
Where ESPN covering them doesn't make a ton of sense. It's like, well, why would we cover that
Right,
after this
because
certain point?
it's like they're just going to keep going over the same details because like right now there isn't a lot that's changing. Like that could
Right.
change and then they could
And it,
continue to cover it, but as of right now, they've pretty much said all they can say that, Brett Favre's a
right.
trash bag.
And it doesn't really affect sports at this
Right.
point.
Yes.
So it doesn't make a ton of sense. If something came out like, hey, NFL decided they're going to strip him of his Hall of Fame thing, then ESPN would talk about it a bunch.
Definitely.
Because then it would be something for them to talk about. I'm not saying that things aren't covered different and wrong sometimes.
Sure.
I don't think this is a great example of it. Like it makes sense for the Boston thing to be covered because their head coach of a team that was just in the NBA Finals is not going to be there for the next year.
Yeah.
A team that people are penciling in. Some people are like, this is the favorite they were actually, I think, the favorite to win the title.
Yeah.
Or at least the East in Vegas. I'm not positive. I think that's true.
Right.
So that makes a ton of sense to be covered a lot by sports outlets, to be quite honest. And the Favre thing should be covered as well in a different way. But it's also like harder for people to comprehend. They like don't even know what was going on.
Right.
And it's in Mississippi, so who gives a shit?
Not nice.
I'm kidding. Obviously. But guess what? Something like that happened in Mississippi should be it is an outrage. It's an outrage what Brett Favre did. It's an outrage. But something happened in Mississippi like that is just going to get covered less than the head coach of Boston's city of Boston's basketball team's head coach getting suspended for a year. Because that's even weird. It's like weird. It's like what happened? Like
yeah.
Like it's basically ongoing.
Mm-hmm.
And like does he come back? Is he the head coach in the future?
Right.
It's a weird deal. I don't know that I explained that well enough for people that don't know, but basically he got suspended, Udoka, for I can't think of Udoka's first name. My brain's not working, Tara. What is it? Do you know?
Ime?
Udoka. Huh?
Ime
Udoka. And he's married with kids and a family, but there was some sort of affair going on with someone that worked for the Boston Celtics. Some person. I don't know who. They don't.
Yeah.
They didn't say who, and they shouldn't have to, but
I think like maybe it was Matt Barnes or something was like, this is stupid. Like, he's getting suspended for a year over like consensual sex. Like, this is dumb. And then he like retracted and is like, I'm learning more information and I spoke out of turn and I should have not done that because there's a lot more to
It
this
it
story.
was really stupid. It was really a lot of people
Yeah,
were trying to say shit like that. I'm like, dude, do you think Boston didn't look into the
right.
Celtics didn't look into this, especially while the Sarver thing's going on and they're taking
Yeah,
his team away for a bunch of misconduct and crazy shit. And they're like, oh, he only got suspended for a year. I'm like, yeah, he did. This isn't even the NBA suspending him. This is the Boston
Celtics.
Celtics are doing it
Yeah,
because they're like, this is not something we want going on here.
right.
I don't know exactly what happened, but
No,
it probably is he's a person in power, is my guess. And it's someone that's not. And it just isn't something that should be going on. And people are having a problem with it. And it was again, it's a company thing.
yeah.
It's basically like, you know, it's not the NBA doing it. It is the Celtics themselves being like, this, we aren't happy with what you're doing as our employee.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna, they clearly looked into it. So
Yes.
Barnes, that's these guys though. They want to jump on something right away and be like, it's this thing.
But the thing is, when you do hear it, you're kind of like, what? Like, this doesn't, like, obviously they're going on TV and stuff and they have more responsibility. But when you do hear something, you're like, what? And then you have to really put into perspective. But like you just said, it's not just that. It's not
It's a
just two
this
consenting
the Boston
adults.
Celtics were worth a couple $1 billion. They're going to do their due diligence. They just are. They're not one of these other. They're like the Boston Celtics. They're like kind of a good run, well-run business.
Right.
They're not one. They're not. It's not Urban Meyer and the Jaguars running around last year and the shenanigans that was. Look how fast that changed everything. Getting his stupid ass out of there.
No
How
kidding.
the Jaguars are like respectable. If anybody hires Urban Meyer as their coach, they're a fucking idiot.
I know.
That guy is a fucking moron. I mean, he's never going to be the same. He's a piece of shit. You don't want him in your fucking teaching a bunch of college kids. Like, you want to be respectable. It's, you know what? Paul Christ ain't never going to win a national championship. He just not. The Wisconsin Badger
Mm-mm.
coach, Paul Christ, ain't winning a national championship.
No.
He's too nice a guy. But
Way
guess
too
what? I do
nice.
want him like teaching my young men to be like how to act like a nice guy. Urban
Yeah,
Meyer's a piece of shit. He might like breed winners
sure.
and like guys go to the NFL and are like successful, but that's because he brings, first of all, he's coached at places where the best players come in and
Right.
play for him. Ohio State and Florida, like they get the best talent. Like, you're not that good. Relax, bro. And he proved it in the NFL.
Oh, yeah. He was terrible.
I mean, that's kind of the difference between him and what's his name from Alabama? Was my brain not working?
Nick Saban.
Yeah, Saban seems to be like pretty like strict and like he wants them to present themselves. Like Saban might be annoying and kind of a prick, Bill Belichick style, where it's like, man, you're not very friendly.
Yeah.
But he seems to care about his players and like their image and stuff like that. Like, I don't know if you saw the thing when they won a couple weeks ago and they were doing some fucking thing on the field. And he's like, don't fucking do that. Like, we don't do that. Like, I think he's better. I feel like the guys that go to the pros that were at Alabama are a little more like, I think they're taught a different way than the guys that were under Urban Meyer. I think that as much as I hate Alabama and Saban thinks Saban's a turd, I think he runs a pretty good tight ship there.
Yeah. I think so.
What do you got for me?
Do you want to do our picks for the week?
Yeah, we do got to do picks for the week,
And
and
then
then
I
maybe
have
I
a
want to do one
grievance.
grievance.
I have a couple grievances. They're kind of
Oh
the
yeah,
same.
we can do grievances then. So let's do our NFL picks of the week quick. And we also have one email to look at.
Ooh.
So our NFL picks of the week, we're both going to try one more time. We're going to try again, guys. I'm going to try to have a little more fun with this week because last week is just like whatever. So I really tried to look at it this week and like think outside the box because that's what I needed. Last week it really fucked me. But what do you got?
I don't know how to bet still. So I'm
Doesn't
picking
matter. Just
the
either tell me. It,
I'm picking
here's all you need to. You don't need to know how to bet, Tara. You just need to either tell me if you can either pick a line or you can pick like an underdog and think they're going to win outright and tell me
underdog.
something like that.
I'm doing an underdog. This week, my underdog is the Jags versus the Eagles. It's a Doug
Look at you.
Peterson. It's a Doug
Look at
Peterson
you.
revenge game. It's a Doug Peterson revenge game, and they're coming off a win. And uh, yeah, that's what I'm picking.
That's it. I think you watched them beat up on the Chargers and you're being sold fucking sour milk. I don't know
No,
a saying.
it is.
I don't think they're that good. I think it was a fluke game. I
I
think the Eagles have
think
been very good this year. They're at home. They're also at home. That's fine. I'm
I
just
might
saying my
regret it. I might regret it, but sometimes you have to have a little fun with your bets when you're not using actual money. And I'm betting this because I see a frisky little Jaguars team. Trevor Lawrence looked good. He looked like the number 1 overall pick. Um, Doug Peterson, he won a Super Bowl for them, and then they were like, bye, Felicia. So I think that he is definitely on a revenge tour.
yeah.
And I think that the Eagles are flying high and they need to be knocked down a few notches.
All right. I think you're wrong. I think you're jumping. I think a lot of people have seen the Jags have played, and what are they 2-1 now? I think. Um, and are they 2-1? You know, off the top of
I
your
think
head.
so. Give it up too.
They are 2-1. Yeah. All
Yeah.
right.
Look
So
out.
I think people are high. I think you're drinking the Kool-Aid. I think a lot of America is going to be betting on the Jags this week. I think that is going to be a mistake. I think Philly's actually very good. I think they're very good.
I do too.
Sadly, I think they're
I
going to run
know.
away with that division. Jalen Hurts is Lamar Jackson 2.0.
He's good.
2.0 sometimes I don't know about 2.0 because that tends to imply better, but no. I mean, he's like
Maybe he's like the
he,
multiplicity, like, when the multiplicity, when they clone, every clone of the clone is a
it's
little
just a
less.
little bit less
So,
good. Yeah.
yeah. So
Yes.
he's like the
Multiplicity's on, I think,
multiplicity.
Netflix right now. It's on something right
Really?
now. And I want to watch it with Miranda because I want to see how crazy
Oh,
Multiplicity.
God.
Tara, we're going to watch Multiplicity for next week and talk
Okay.
about it because that's a fun one. We're going to talk about Multiplicity next week. Watch it. It is streaming on something. I saw it. I
Okay.
can't remember what, but we're going to watch Multiplicity. That's a great analogy. He's the Multiplicity version of Lamar Jackson. He's not
Yes.
quite Lamar Jackson, but he's close. I don't think he's as good.
Mm-mm.
So that's my take on your pick.
No.
Not that it matters what I think. But actually, so my pick, I was going to pick a dog as well. And it was going to be, hold on, where'd they go? The Seahawks +6 at the Lions. I think people are jizzing a little too much about the Lions. Because they've scored some points. The Seahawks and the Lions have both been pretty similar so far. And I just think that the Seahawks are gonna keep it closer than 6 points and beat the Lions. Not that exciting of a game to pick. It would probably be more fun if I were to pick the Buccaneers +2.5 at home against the Chiefs. I don't think that the Buccaneers should be a dog at home. I know they haven't looked great there, but their defense has been good and they still have Tom Brady. And the
Yeah.
Chiefs don't look very good right now in moments, but that's not my pick. It's the Seahawks +6 on the road at the Lions.
I mean, that's a pretty big, like, line, I feel like,
For
because,
the Lions to be favored
yeah,
by 6, the
like,
Lions.
yeah, like that, I would say I think the Lions are going to win, but I don't think by 6. It's going to be like by 3 max.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's
So
probably good. What we
I can
should do,
see
Tara,
like,
is what we should do is find the team that everyone's jizzing over and like be like, what? This is surprising. The Dolphins are they're a 3-point dog at the Bengals. And that feels right. They're at the Bengals. I'm trying to everyone who's everyone excited about right now, and I'm just like,
The
relax.
Bills.
Well, the Bills already lost their game. I think the Bills will go out and win this week, probably, if I had to guess, and crush.
Well, I mean, people are really all about the Eagles, so that's why I think my pick is great.
That's fair. That's fair. And then what I'm saying is actually like the Jags are the come up team, and they are,
Yeah,
and where everyone's like, damn, are the Jags for real
right.
next week? So either next week, what's going to happen is you're right. They make wow, the Jaguars are for real,
Yeah,
or they keep it close and lose, but still they're like, or I'm going to be writing people like, dang, the Eagles might be the favorite in the NFC.
yeah.
That's probably what we're looking at next week as far as that goes. And then my thing, and then the Seahawks plus 6 people like, man, these two teams suck.
Oh, they suck.
But look at the Seahawks compared to, I think Geno's looked pretty good.
I don't
Sometimes
actually
you look,
think the Lions suck. I think they're on their
they're not
way.
very good.
I
They're
think they're on
interesting.
their way. I think they are good. I think they're building something. I think the Seahawks suck. I don't think they're going to win. I don't like your pick at all. But I don't like that line. So,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
6.5 points, the
Yeah.
Lions?
I don't like that. So you
They
could
are
be
at home and
right.
they've been, the thing is, they have been scoring a lot of points.
Yeah.
But some of that has been garbage points. I will say that.
In that
There's a couple games where they were down and tried to come back.
like now I'm having your brain farts. What's the receiver's name?
For
Who's
who?
good for the
For
Lions?
who?
The Lions. Whose
St. Brown?
dad? Yes.
I'm on St. Brown. I'm on Ross
Yes.
St. Brown.
Yeah. He got dinged a
Yeah.
little bit. So
His brother had a nice little game
he
too over
did.
for the Bears. The Bears are
Yeah.
2-1.
Which is crazy.
Everyone's tied in that division, basically. I think they're all 2-1.
Yeah.
Isn't that true?
I think so. Except the Lions.
Except for the Lions. Yeah, they're 1-2. That's right.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to come back and win.
I know.
I thought they were going to end up. They had a chance to win that game and lost it.
I know.
But yeah, that's right. So they're not 2-1.
No.
Nice. So that's our picks of the week. Tara, and there we both went with dogs.
Dogs.
Do you want to pick maybe a favorite? Maybe we could do a favorite as well. A favorite you like.
I don't have anything in front of me, so I don't know.
No? I just have it pulled up on my screen.
I didn't know how to find it because you sent me a text.
I'll pick one favorite.
Okay.
I'll pick one favorite.
You pick a favorite.
Last week you did 2. I'll do 2 this week. And my favorite for the week is I like, honestly, it's a huge line. A huge line. It's Packers minus 11.
Oh, who
And
are
I
they
like it.
playing?
The Patriots. Matt Jones
Oh, he's got a high ankle sprain, so he won't be playing.
might be out.
Yeah.
So minus 11 at home, and the Packers are pretty good, and the Patriots just aren't very good.
Yeah, I think you're right.
I think I like it's
I
a
think it's
huge
good.
huge line to be giving up 11 points.
Uh-huh.
But a lot of times when spreads are that big, it's for a reason. And I'm going to go with the Green Bay Packers minus 11.
I like it. I think it's good.
We're football fans.
We are.
And then let's get a couple quick grievances from you there.
Okay. So I have 2 grievances and they kind of like go together. So my first grievance is with Mom because I was showing her a clip from last week and I'm just going to say it. My outfit wasn't great. My makeup was a little rough and I didn't look that awesome.
I can't lie. When I went to edit it the first time, I was like, she looking old.
I know.
It was like not flat. Nothing was all that flattering going on.
Nothing was working at all. I looked like shit, to be completely honest. I did not look good. And to the point where I was like, man, some of these clips are funny, but like, yikes, I don't like the way I'm looking. So I showed Mom a clip that I thought was funny. And then, and I mentioned that I looked a little rough and she started laughing at me and like couldn't stop laughing. Like she will like get on these like laugh kicks where she just doesn't stop and then like you'll look over at her and she's like like dying. so then I was like, yeah, well, I feel like the outfit was cute in person. So I went and I put the outfit on that I had on in it. And she's like, yeah. Like, no, it's not better in person. So she really made me
So your
feel.
grievances and your mom, even when you're almost 40, still is giving you like
I'm not almost
what's
40, but yes.
yes you are.
Okay.
Yes, you are almost 40. I'm sorry
Okay.
to tell you. But she's
Um,
still giving you like what's my brain's not working again. She's still
she's like
giving
that
you
judgmental mom who's like giving me
yeah, but what's the
trauma.
word what's the thing she's giving you?
She's giving me a complex.
Yes. She's still giving you like complex.
Yes. Where I'm like, oh God, I need to
She's still giving
lose
you like
weight.
body like she's still
Bye.
like creating body issues for you. Maybe that's
Yes.
the problem, Tara. Maybe mom destroyed our body confidence
Oh,
when we
don't
were
say that.
children.
She will like be
She'll
very
believe
scared.
it and
Yes,
probably
she
want to
will.
jump off
She'll
a
be like,
bridge.
oh my God, what did I
She'll
do?
want to
I'm a
jump off a bridge.
terrible mom. No, we're just kidding, mom.
Never to
This,
me. She never said shit to me. She never fucked with me ever. So, but she does make fun of you sometimes,
yeah,
thinking you look. She'll tell you when something doesn't look right on you,
I know.
but she's not wrong usually.
Oh God.
Like the things
Definitely
she says it about, it's usually like, "What are you wearing, Tara?"
right. Or like, what is this picture? So then my second clip kind of like coincides with that, and it's to our we had our gambling clip you posted, and we had
Hmm.
one comment on that from Instagram, and my grievance is with that commenter because he said, whose mom is this, question mark.
He did indeed say
And
that. He did
it
indeed say that.
was hurtful on so many levels. One, he thought that I looked old enough to be a mom, so that's hurtful. And then
Hmm.
two, he thought that my take was a mom take instead of, the take of America's number one sibling sports podcast. So it was so hurtful. And I'm like, man, this isn't my week. This is not. And I felt
it,
a little off last week too. So just like adding that to it, not great.
it was so fucking funny. I loved it. It was my favorite comment I've
I
ever seen on
know.
any of our videos.
Because
I was like,
I
this guy
said,
is a star. I love this teen boy.
was he a
I was thinking of some
teen?
teenage. I think it was like a late teen guy, maybe early 20s guy, just like a young dude. Like, who mom is this with these
Who's
takes?
And
Who let
I
her
mean,
out?
especially because like I was saying like 6.5 instead of 6.5. I sounded like
Listen,
such
I
an
love. That's
asshole.
why it was so fucking funny. Listen, I edited it together. I know what it was. I
Yeah.
know how you said it. It was fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So those are my two grievances. It just didn't
They're
make
not
me
bad.
feel that great. So much so that I went and saw a nutritionist last week.
Tara, if it makes you feel any better, a young boy, a young man yelled out the back of a bus this week. It was my whose mom whose mom is this moment. A young man was in the back of a school bus, and Trent and I were just walking down the street in Nashville and on Gallatin, where you're not gonna think you're gonna get hassled, but nope. The bus was at a stop at a light, and he goes, "Why are you wearing a do rag? Why are you wearing a do rag?" I was not wearing a do rag. I just had a bandana on. But I guess I had do rag vibes, and I was just like, "Why are you bugging me? Why are you talking to me?" I was like, and then Trin was wearing a bandana on his head, and Trin's like, "Oh no, it's a bandana. It's a bandana." He engaged. Guess who I don't engage with? The kid that's at the back of the bus yelling out
Oh,
the window. Do not engage with that
no,
child.
he is confident and
He's a confident
and an asshole.
asshole.
Yes.
That's who that guy is.
Yeah.
Don't talk to that guy,
No.
because no matter what you say, he gonna win.
He
He's
gonna
gonna
win.
win. He's gonna
Yes.
win.
He
So that's my. I guess my grievance is cocky kids at the back of the bus. The kid in the back of the bus. That was
yeah.
me at one point in my life,
You know.
yelling out the window at people, saying whatever I wanted. But he was so calm and cool. It wasn't. He had a mask. They probably had to wear. He had a mask on,
Oh,
so it was like more. He was above me.
yeah.
It was intimidating. I was like, this young man's
You're like, who is
intimidating.
this?
I didn't say shit. I didn't say a word. And we got pretty far away, and he's still like, "Why are you wearing a do rag?" I was
He
like,
kept
"I'm
saying
not.
it.
Leave me
You
alone."
got so uncomfortable. You should
It
have
was
like,
wild. And I got in my head. I was like, "Am I wearing a do rag?" I wasn't. I wasn't, but it was a headband that had a tie in back.
oh,
So it was like the same kind, you know, my headbands.
yeah,
So it has like a do rag vibe to it, I guess, if you see
maybe
it.
like
But
the
like, but I have
texture.
so much hair sticking out. My
Right.
hair was a mess. It was being windblown. Like, do rag? What are we talking about?
Do rag.
Maybe he was talking to Trent. I don't know.
Oh,
So
because
that's
was
my
his
grievances.
like he was
No,
wearing
but it
it
was just
like
like,
back?
yeah, but it was purple and
Sure.
like his hair was sticking out the back too.
Yeah.
So neither of them looked like actual do rags.
You
I just was
used
like,
to
my
wear
hair's
do
long. I'm
rags.
trying to keep it out of my eyes. Leave me alone. Oh, I was afraid of him. Teen boys, they're trouble because he's going to say something smart and quick back to me. He just is.
Yes.
He's going to put me in my place. Even if it's not clever, it's
It
the
feels like
kids
it
are going to
is.
laugh like it is.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I'm fucked in that moment. So I said nothing. I was a coward, Tara.
Gosh, you got alpha'd.
I got alphaed by a young boy. He was probably 16.
Oh gosh.
So I guess it's not
That's
really a grievance, more of a, I don't know, just
just a anecdote.
it's a moment in time that I wish I could get back. Oh shit! Let's do a real
Oh
quick email, and then
god.
we're fucking out of here.
Okay.
We only had one email. It was from Miranda. She sent it this morning. She said she doesn't really cry at movies, which is true. So she gave us a sad movie. She's not really a crier. She actually, I lied. That's a lie. She cries all the fucking time. Always crying. This
It,
bitch. She's a crier, but she doesn't cry at movies really. Um, but she said these are sad. She says maybe she cried. She doesn't remember. She tried to pick ones we didn't say. So she had Marley and Me when
okay, yeah.
Marley dies. She
That
says
is
she
sad.
saw it on Christmas Day one year. Happy Christmas. That's what she gets for going to movies on a Christmas. That's what she gets, her and her Jewish family. Her and the Jewish Jews. That's what you get for going to a movie on Christmas and disrespecting Jesus.
Oh god.
Um, so yeah, they saw that on Christmas Day, I guess. Jojo Rabbit was her next one.
Oh
I don't really want to say
gosh.
what it is
Yeah.
very sad, but I don't really want to say the moment because maybe not everyone's
Yeah.
seen Jojo Rabbit yet.
Yeah. But it very
But
much
it is a sad ass
is.
movie. The part she's talking about is
Ugh.
sad. It's not that old of a movie, so I'm not going to do it.
Mm-mm.
And then Dallas Buyers Club, and she says basically the whole movie for Dallas Buyers Club, and she's right. It's
I've
a
never
fucking
seen it
sad
because
movie.
I don't want to cry.
You couldn't handle it, Tara. There's
No.
no way you could handle Dallas Buyers Club.
Mm-mm.
And then she said an honorable mention, but she doesn't know if it would have an impact on her. But at the end of the Notebook, when they die,
Oh, I
she sent
cried
me
like
hers.
a big old baby.
Yeah, your little baby. And then side note, she was just said she was just as confused as you when it came to the sports betting conversation. And I imagine it was. It wasn't because it wasn't like it was hard to explain it back and forth without showing numbers and stuff like that. I think you probably have a little better idea of it now.
Yeah.
And then random topic. Oh, what new TV shows coming this fall are you both excited about? Are you excited for anything coming out? I'm excited for The Challenge returning. The
Oh.
Challenge on MTV. It's been a minute. Not the bullshit that's on CBS or whatever, where it's like the Challenge, like USA, and it's like going to be I like the original Challenge
Yeah.
with the people from the fucking real world. I don't need your extra fucking shit. Push this show. Put this on
Yeah.
ABC. It's the best. There's real history there.
Yeah. I think
That's what I'm
I'm
excited
going to
about.
force myself because normally I only watch it with you. But if we want to have some moments on the pod talking about it, I'll watch it because I do love it. I love it.
We're going to be the unofficial challenge. That's one of our sports and entertainment.
Yes. It's both. It's awesome.
So we're really excited about that.
When
That's
does that
October
start?
28th. I think.
Okay.
Like the end of October. I think 28th. What do you got? You got anything coming up you're excited about?
Show wise, I don't
Yeah,
really
I'm sure
even
you
know
don't.
what's going on.
I know. I knew the answer to that before you said it.
Maybe I kind of want to watch the HBO Dragon show from.
That's already on.
I know, but I think I need to watch it. Do I?
It's okay.
Okay.
I like it, and then I don't like it. I don't know yet. It's up. It's it's quality. it's made with quality. I will say
Okay.
that. But there's parts of it I'm not sure about yet.
Okay.
Game of Thrones, House of the Dragons. I'm sure a lot of people listeners have watched it. It's pretty good. Last night they're doing some things I'm like unsure about. So jury's out for me still.
Okay.
If it's going to be great. It's watchable, super watchable. So yeah, that's our shows. That's our show as well.
It is our
Melon
show.
Fights. Melon Fights, guys. Tell people about Melon Fights. Our email is melonfights@gmail.com. Our social medias, we got Andyland Entertainment on Instagram. We have Melon Fights on TikTok. Yeah. Reach out to
Engage
us.
on those too. Engage on them.
Yeah.
Have some thoughts.
You don't have to send us an email, guys, but you can just comment on those clips if you'd like. Just comment your 3 favorite movies when I put up Tara's 3 favorite animated flicks this week. Tara, would you rather shit your pants in public or fall and smash your face and like chip your front tooth
Oh
in public?
God.
Like everybody knows you shit, they smell it and they go, "You smell like shit." Or you fall and shatter a fucking tooth face and get like a little burn on your face for the
I'm
day.
gonna shit in public, Drew. Over those two, I'm shitting in public, and everyone.
It's the right answer, Tara. It is the right answer. You don't want to chip a tooth and like hurt your face,
hurt your face, and then have to like pay for like getting your teeth fixed.
I mean,
and
technically, it's the right answer. However, I don't know that it is because the mental impact of shitting your pants in a public space where everyone smells and goes like, "Damn, yo, homie shit his pants." The mental impact that'll have on you might scar you for your life.
Okay, here's the thing. If it's like a group of strangers, I'll shit my pants every day.
No, it's like work. People at work.
If it's people at work, probably chipping a tooth. Because I have to see them every day, and then I'm being known as the girl.
Yeah, who cares about strangers? Who cares about strangers? It's like people at work. It's like people. It's like it's your 40th birthday party coming up. Like we throw a big one for you, and it's like people you know and care about, and like work people and dudes that you think are kind of cute. You shit your pants before you drink too. It's like you're not drinking or anything. You just get there and you're having. It's like everyone's like surprise. Everyone says surprise, and you shit your pants. Either that, or they say surprise, and it scares you, and you flip over and fall like down a little hole and like chip your tooth.
That one definitely. Then if it's people, I switch it to that because then like they feel bad that like they hurt you and surprise you, but if you shat your pants, it's like, where is she in her life that a surprise made her shit her pants?
What's wrong with her? Why is her butthole so loose that she's shitting her pants? What's her diet? And then the trip could be like, I don't know, man. If Tara is old, like it's Tara. I just said it's your 40th birthday party, and people are like, yo, Tara's old, like older than I realized.
Yeah.
Like, she's just falling over.
So all like the young hot dudes that I invite, that are
all the young hot people that you're friends with
or whatever, then they're like
all the dudes you've been Tindering with that are like younger. They're all there,
and they're like, they probably think I shat my pants at the same time too, and I'm wearing Depends.
They're just gonna assume you shit your pants.
Like
not maybe that you shit your pants, but you probably are wearing a diaper.
Yeah. They're like, she's old.
So you're choosing the fall
disgusting. Over. Yeah, I am.
I love it. Hey, Tara.
Yeah.
Have yourself a Tuesday.
Have yourself a Tuesday.
Melon fights.
I was off.
Was that even on? I wonder. I'm sorry about that. Melon fights.
Oh.
Okay. Oh shit! You can mark the clip. They added some new shit here.